this is where it all begins. Watch this, it's a brand new thing. Make sure that you don't bleed. Get ready, I got something that you can't miss. Watch this. Watch this. Go ahead, tell your friends, but I bet they won't believe. Yeah, you never would have guessed, but I got a few tricks up my sleeve. Gonna stop for a minute, 'cause you don't wanna miss it.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome. My name is David Feldman. As head of Emerson School, it is my distinct pleasure and honor to welcome you to today's commencement exercise. It is the start of June, which for those of us in the world of education means we have traveled one more cycle that is a school year. And here we are together as one community to join in this commencement, celebrating the Emerson class of 2025. I love milestones like today. They are filled with pomp, tradition, and symbolism as reminders for our graduates of all they've experienced and what it means to be an Emerson School student and soon to be alum. As we honor our students' achievement, their tenacity, their resilience, we also want to honor the mentors and the guides who traveled this journey with our graduating class. We began today's commencement with our faculty, our staff, our administrators, our board of trustees processing into this hall. For this group, today is a celebration of legacy. While many schools have faculty present for graduation, in the kindergarten through 8th grade school, we have adults who have traveled with our students, some for as long as 9 years. We've seen our graduates learn to read, to tie their shoes, to work through conflict, to find their voice, to grow their sense of independence. We've worked to build programs, define our mission, articulate our core values that you have come to embrace. None of us would miss this day, this opportunity to be here and celebrate with you and share in this moment of your success. I hope you listened with a smile to the orchestra that played the march that brought you into this hall. Today's ensemble is made up of Emerson alumni, faculty members, staff members, administrators. The musicians want you to see and feel the community that surrounds you today and will continue to surround you as you take your next steps. You see, you are part of a rich and deep community, a community of individuals that is not fleeting, not some empty set of relationships. We want you to remember that community is not something from which you graduate. Community is something that is lasting. Your parents and extended family members have been by your side, whether you're an Emerson lifer, like our friends Gavin and Ali, Liliana, Avery, or you started here just last year and became an Eagle in 8th grade. They, your family members, are your strongest cheerleaders. They're thrilled to be able to share with you this milestone. Parents, thank you. Thank you for sharing your children with us during these middle school and elementary school years. The partnership between school and home will most certainly continue. It makes a difference. You know, as you entered the room, each of you carried a long stem flower. A lovely item to be sure, but it carries so much more in symbolic meaning. Each of your flowers was something you chose. Each flower was a reflection of your taste, your interest, and your uniqueness. Like your own unique identities, it's a reflection of who you are and how you want to be seen. As you placed your flower here in the vase on stage, you created a new image, a new piece of art, a new representation of you as a class. Emerson holds strongly to the tenet that diversity is a strength. You have helped us illustrate that value through this new arrangement. Today's program will include words from you, the graduates of our school. One special area of pride that we hold is how, over time, each of you has developed your own voice. You've practiced self-advocacy, critical thinking skills, and have been called upon to speak in front of groups or to engage individual adults in discourse. This is a life skill that you have tempered with an understanding that your voice has power and that you are learning to use that voice with thoughtfulness and with wisdom. Our alumni speaker today, Sarah Oken, will share with you insight into the next stage of your journey, because I hope you're beginning to see that Emerson really doesn't end at 8th grade. Sarah and Michelle Borton, our alumni coordinator, will share that you have developed foundations, skills, interests, strengths, and that there are networks waiting for you to join, enhance, and develop beyond these walls. Looking at the photos of your younger selves that we will soon share, a picture flashes through my eyes. What are you going to be like 9 years from now? Regardless of where you are, where you find yourself, or what you're doing in your daily life, I hope you will have an outlook that is filled with curiosity, that you allow the creative insights that you have developed here to find space for expression, that you are kind and empathetic people, that you are resilient in the challenges that you face, and most of all, that you center your life and live with integrity. If our school has helped to contribute to this outlook, we will truly be satisfied. And we will know that we have served our purpose as educators. I hope your years at Emerson have given you a strong sense of community that you have internalized, and the values that you hold dear now. If that is so, I know we will never forget each other. I'm so proud of each of you. Congratulations, class of 2025. Before we continue with the program, I want to make just a special introduction and welcome. I want to welcome William Navarre. Dr. Navarre is the son of our founder, Jean Navarre, and he's joined us to be here today to celebrate. Dr. Navarre, thank you for joining. It's now my pleasure to welcome to the program the chair of the Emerson Board of Trustees, Mr. Charles Grace.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Charles. I am the chair of the board. I am an Emerson parent ×2, and importantly, on a day like today, I'm also an Emerson alumni parent, class of 2023. I have a mission today. My mission is to share with you 3 things, to be as succinct as possible, because you don't need adults talking to you unnecessarily long any more than you already have them doing that. And finally, hopefully to make you think a little bit. So my 3 things are thank you, congratulations, and best wishes. Thank you, first of all, to the parents here today. Thanks for raising such outstanding young people who represent this school so well. Thank you for supporting the school in the various ways that you have. Some of you have been fixtures on ESPO. Some of you have made major contributions to the school financially or with your time. Others of you have served on the board. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to the teachers and staff here today for your incredible dedication to these students, showing up each and every single day, week in and week out, to give your very best in the interest of inspiring a lifelong love of learning in these young people. You've done a phenomenal job. Thank you so much. And thank you to the graduates. Thanks to all of you for representing Emerson in such a tremendous way. One of the greatest benefits of Emerson's K-8 model is it gives students like you the opportunity to demonstrate leadership skills at a relatively young age. The Emerson class of 2025 is another fantastic example of that leadership in action. Thank you all for that leadership. My second thing is congratulations. Congratulations to the parents for the achievement of getting these teenagers through middle school and still being alive and standing to talk about it. Good job. Congratulations to all the teachers and staff here today. You made it through May yet again. You've launched another incredible class of Emerson graduates out into the broader academic world. Congratulations for that awesome achievement. And congratulations to all of you, the graduates, for successfully completing your middle school education at Emerson School. There is no doubt that 8th grade at Emerson is challenging. That middle school at Emerson is challenging. I don't know of any other school around that demands as much from its middle schoolers as Emerson does, particularly its 8th graders as Emerson, and you've done it. My daughter is about to finish 10th grade, an Emerson grad, and I am convinced that she could start college this fall if she needed to. She's so well prepared because of the rigor that she went through at Emerson. Congratulations to all of you for achieving that. My third thing is best wishes. Best wishes to the parents. For all of you who have older children, you'll understand it when I say that the challenges you'll encounter as a parent won't necessarily get any easier, but that the capacity of your children that they will have to handle those challenges will only grow. Buckle up and enjoy the ride. Best wishes to all the teachers and staff here today. I hope you have a wonderful summer. I'm looking forward to having an 8th grader in your classes this coming fall. And best wishes to the graduates. This transition ahead of you is just one of so many that you're going to go through in the coming years. I wish you all the best as you go out into an ever bigger and challenging world and find your way. And as you head off into the future, I'd like to leave you with just one piece of advice that I wish that I was given when I was your age. We live in a place, in a community full of incredibly high-achieving people. It's hard to go very far in this place without bumping into someone who's done something pretty darn impressive, including you all right here in the front rows. It can get really easy to focus on achievement. And make no mistake, I think that achievement can be great. It can, in fact, change the world. That said, I would advise you to find your why in why you are trying to achieve. Make sure that at the end of it all, the reason that you're working so hard for what you're working on is ultimately for you. You will continue to have all kinds of pressure from the outside to achieve and to accomplish, whether it's from your friends, from your teachers, or your parents. But in my experience, if you're motivated by external validation, by hearing someone else's compliments of you and impressing others, I'm sorry to say that you'll never fully be able to scratch that itch. You'll always be chasing that validation. If you're able to find your why, your internal motivation for why you want to work so hard at what you are working towards, at the end of the day, be more focused on making yourself proud than anyone else, then you might end up both being successful and happy. And who doesn't want that, right? So thank you, congratulations, and best wishes. I would now like to introduce my colleague, Sarah Oken.
Tough act to follow. Hi, everybody. Good morning. I'm really excited to be here. Thank you for having me. I hope you have a little fun. I'm Sarah Oken. I'm a current trustee, a proud Emerson alumna, and a soon-to-be Emerson parent. My kids are in the back there, being really well-behaved and very engaged in this ceremony. Thanks for having us. When Leslie asked me to say a few words today, I said, why me? And she literally said, we need a warm body with a pulse, minimal stage fright, and embarrassing stories from the 80s. And apparently I was the only one that met all three criteria. Just kidding. Leslie, of course, only makes careful, thoughtful decisions. I'm really here because the school wanted living proof that an Emerson education can survive dot matrix printers, overhead projectors, floppy disks, and dial-up modems, and still turn out fine. I went to school here in the late 80s, in the very early 90s, and I absolutely loved it. I was very happy here. You must think I am ancient, right? So I'm going to translate. Low-key, Emerson was straight fire, no cap. Right? I promised Charles I would be very serious today. Back then, Emerson looked very different. Our gym had carpet. It doubled as the media commons. Middle school didn't exist yet. Quest was a word in a fantasy novel, not a maker space. There was no theater. Pizza day happened once a month, meaning very long intervals of longing. We coded on Apple IIgs computers that weighed 8.72 pounds and were 13.5 inches thick. I Googled that, even though we didn't have Google. We saved our work on floppy disks so big they could serve as dinner plates, and they held less data than one TikTok. What we did have was encyclopedias, an amazing reference library curated by Linda, who could help us find any fact in a fun way that didn't feel at all like research or work. Yet the things that mattered most are exactly the same today. Our teachers knew us as individuals, cared about our quirks, and figured out what lit our curiosity. The greatest constant then and now, I think, is that Emerson gives you the strongest asset imaginable, a lifelong love of learning. That gift has carried me everywhere. I've earned 2 business degrees. I've lived in several countries. I've picked up certificates in contract law, cross-cultural training, and executive coaching, and I've started my own business multiple times. I currently work as an HR consultant, and I'm constantly learning at work. I have to quickly become an expert in my clients' operations, their sector, the nuances of their operations, and the economics of their businesses. So, fun fact, the first Emerson Middle School class started when I was in 4th grade here. It was super tiny, so my parents sent my sister and me elsewhere. But let me tell you, the curriculum today would have absolutely blown my 4th grade mind. You have Quest Labs, design thinking, theater productions, and teachers who weave empathy, creativity, and rigor into every project. You collaborate, you prototype, you debate, and you perform. These are all skills that universities and employers crave. But the most impressive thing is each one of you. I've seen your art. I've marveled at your projects. Your questions are sharp. Your teamwork is genuine. And your optimism is contagious. Whether you become engineers, artists, entrepreneurs, or something the world has not seen yet, you already have habits that make growth possible: curiosity, resilience, and the confidence to try. As I said, I'm speaking here as a parent. My 2 kids are back there. I'm very excited for them to be Eagles this fall. I'm proud to share this community with them and with you, and I'm committed to supporting Emerson in every way that I'm able. Very honored, as I said, to be standing here in front of you on this special day. I'd like to extend a warm welcome from the other side. You are now part of one of Ann Arbor, Michigan's most elite groups, the Emerson Alumni Crew. I still hang out with friends I met in Emerson in 1988. So look around, take a solid look. These are your people for life. Tonight is for celebrating and thanking your teachers and thank your parents. They spent a lot of money to get you here. Beyond that, truly, the love of learning that you've built here is yours for life, so use it well, keep it burning, and I personally can't wait to see where it takes you. Congratulations! Here.
It's good. And they see me.
Good morning. My name is Alexander Bradshaw, and I have attended this amazing school for 8 years. And I have not regretted a single moment of it. Many of my fondest memories and greatest experiences all originate here in this school. I remember my 6+ years of robotics, building robots out of metal or Legos alongside friends and classmates, and watching those same robots compete in unforgettable competitions. I remember spending my time with Mr. Nolan, freezing salmon, and educating others on the importance of these small, oddly adorable fish. I remember singing alongside my classmates every Friday in lower school. Yet, I would not be here today without the unending support of countless people who made this possible. My teachers, who have always supported me and helped me grow, not just academically, but as a person. A tree cannot grow without roots, of course. My friends, who gave me a place where I felt like I truly belonged, and will always have a special place in my heart. My parents, who gave me guidance in my times of need, and always there to catch me if I fell. Thanks to these wonderful people, I have learned many things. I have learned the vital skill of time management and organization, which has helped me beyond count. I have also learned to manage my emotions, keeping some to myself and expressing others in the right ways. In my admittedly not too brief stay here at Emerson, I've learned countless I've learned countless lessons and made countless more mistakes. But instead of letting those mistakes defeat me, I instead learned a valuable lesson from each one. My academic journey has only just begun, and I hope to find happiness and success along the way. Thank you for your time. It is my pleasure to introduce my great friend and classmate, Matre.
Okay, so recently I've been hearing a lot about lasts, like our last math class, our last geography quiz, or our last pizza lunch. But when I look back on my time at Emerson, I think about all the firsts. Like my first time playing Quiz Bowl, my first time being the goalie in field hockey, or the first time I entered a writing competition. Because I've been at Emerson since I was 8 years old, and pretty much everything important to me has happened here. I've tried so many new things: basketball, Model UN, robotics. I've read more books than I can count. I've found hobbies and interests that I want to keep exploring. And through it all, I've learned a lot, not just math or science, but who I am as a person. And I have so many people here to thank for that, and this speech would be an hour long if I listed everyone, but here's just a few. So Mr. Wood, thank you for being my math teacher for 3 years, and you made sure I actually understood what I was doing, and I think the open note tests really kept my grade up. And Mr. Seymour, thank you for introducing me to Quiz Bowl and helping me this whole way, and for letting me borrow your books. And Claire, you've been such a supportive field hockey coach and an advisor who's always checked in on me. And Victoria, in your classes, I managed to learn the most and have the most fun at the same time. And then Carol, you gave me really good book recommendations, and you're also an amazing advisor. And Mr. and Mrs. Taranto, you introduced me to podcasting, and that's been really fun to do all throughout middle school. And finally, Eddie, I was really scared of being in pre-algebra with the big kids, but you still included me and made sure I understood. But really, every teacher I've had at Emerson has been a huge part of my experience. So thank you, and thank you to all my classmates and my family as well. Today, I'm leaving with a lot more than diploma. My time at Emerson has been full of memories I'll never forget, and I know it's prepared me for whatever comes next. Thank you.
This is my 4th year at Emerson, and I've made many good friends and memories. In Miss Com's class, I remember learning about taxes and thinking when I grow up, I just won't pay them. But I learned how that's illegal. I would like to thank Miss Com for making my first days at Emerson a fun time. From 5th to 8th grade, me and my friends have played football during recess. Spending that time together has made great memories. I'd like to thank my friends because I've had a great time with them in and out of school. I'd like to thank Eddie because he was my math teacher for 2 years and advisor. He always made class more fun because he had fun ideas to teach. Through my Emerson years, I've learned many lessons, but 2 of my favorite lessons I have learned is how to not procrastinate and turn in homework on time. I've also learned how to write long papers in Victoria's class this year. In the future, I hope to continue to keep these lessons I've learned at Emerson and use them in high school and later on in life. Finally, I'd like to thank my parents for allowing me to be at Emerson School. If it wasn't for them, I would not have made the memories, lessons, or friendships here at Emerson. What?
About.
It's now my pleasure to introduce Ollie, my friend and classmate.
Okay. Hi, I'm Ollie. 9 years is a long time, right? Especially to be at a school. So by now, I'd say I know Emerson pretty well, and I've got at least a couple stories to tell. I can't promise this will be a good speech. I am in 8th grade. I wrote it late. I might start sobbing, but you can survive listening to me talk for a minute or two about my time here. So, I came to Emerson in kindergarten, at 5 years old, terrified of pretty much everything. People, talking to people, interacting with people. Emerson has never been a second home for me. I have a home. It's my house. But I spent a lot of time here, and as I got older, it did begin to feel like a family. I met people that taught me some really valuable lessons. I learned some important things. And math. Thanks, Eddie. You're great. And most significantly, I got to draw in class. I also remember watching the 8th graders speak when I was in kindergarten and wondering if that would ever be me. And suddenly, it is. School isn't always fun, but my friends and teachers made it slightly more than bearable. Mrs. Khan wanted to be mentioned in my speech for giving me a cupcake the other week, but she did so much more for me than that. She wasn't the only teacher, though. All my elementary teachers made those years amazing. Mr. Seymour was the best introduction to middle school I could have had. Madame, or as I called her, French teacher, showed me my gift for language. Abby helped me through the toughest times and led the GSA with so much humor and compassion. Mrs. Moon introduced me to theater, which I'll be doing in high school thanks to her. Mrs. Lippman showed up every day with a smile in her class, and I learned there's more to poetry than meets the eye. Eddie showed me that I didn't have to love math, but I'm capable of doing it anyway. Carol somehow taught me words I didn't know in a language I thought I was fluent in. Victoria, the legend she is, did so much for me I couldn't even begin to describe her. But, in short, she pushed me in every way, made me a better writer, taught me that history has so many details we overlook, and that there's always a word bank. And there's a lot of teachers that I can't mention because I don't have the time, but to all my teachers, thank you. I'd especially like to thank Claire, who coached the field hockey team my mom and I created in 5th grade. Together we made some of the best memories, like screaming I love you, I'm sorry, and beating Green Hills nearly 3 years in a row. Claire was also one of the greatest French teachers I could ask for, and I'll be forever grateful I got to learn with her. All that's not even to mention coming out, running track, winter sharings, field days, musicals, making friends, losing friends, school trips, and so much more. I think I had a good time here at Emerson, and I hope I look back on it pretty fondly. Aside from the time I spilled out with sauce on my friend. I still feel bad about that. That's a lie. It was really funny. I have no regrets. Anyway, if I had a penny for every happy memory made at Emerson, I probably wouldn't be the richest guy in the world, because a penny isn't worth a lot. But I would, and do, still feel like the luckiest person in the world. Thanks to you all. So with that, thank you for listening, and don't procrastinate.
Hello, everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Liliana, and I've been at Emerson for 9 years. I'll also most definitely be crying during this speech. My time here has been incredibly impactful, and I'm grateful for all the fun memories I've made and all the things I've learned. Some of my favorite memories at Emerson have been made this year, like tasering my friends at track, making up rhymes for the 12 Kings in British history, tanning during recess, sending each other all the math notes we would miss, playing Marco Polo in the bathroom, decorating for Halloween, getting our nails done together. But of course, my experience here at Emerson wouldn't have been the same without some of my favorite teachers. My earliest memories here are from my lower school science teacher, Mr. Wilson. My best friend and I looked very similar, and Mr. Wilson would always mistake us for each other, and afterwards he would always give us candy bars to make up for it. My friend was obsessed, like me, with the musicals that Mrs. Moon would put on, and I was so excited when I could finally be a part of them and perform on stage. Her electives were always an amazing way to start the year, and I'm so thankful for being able to spend time in her class. I remember my first time running cross country and being terrified about running 2 miles. Now, running is one of my favorite activities to do in my free time, all because one of my favorite teachers, Mr. Seymour. I'd also like to thank Victoria. From learning Latin on the weekends to writing about Carthage and heart transplants, your class has always been one of my favorites. But I'd be lying if I said that the most impactful teacher I've had here at Emerson wasn't Salasha. Salasha transformed one of the most difficult languages into my favorite class, and I'm so thankful that I was able to spend time in her class over the last 5 years. It was such a fun class, and it is something I know I'll definitely miss next year in high school. She was such a positive influence, and I'm thankful to have the opportunity to learn from her. And if there's one class I urge all the younger kids and siblings in the audience to take, it'd be Chinese. I'm so thankful to have had all these positive people. Because of you, I know that I can do anything. I urge all the younger kids to enjoy your time here, enjoy your time with your friends, and enjoy learning from teachers who are so passionate about what they do. Because I know someday, a lot sooner than you would expect, you'll be standing on the stage thanking everyone here. So please, enjoy your time and just have fun. So thank you for your attention, and I hope to see you all again soon.
First.
Okay. Hi. If you don't know me, my name is Fei Fei Shang. I'm the kid who plays a lot of piano. But that doesn't matter. What might matter is that I might cry at the end of this speech, but I still hope you listen. We're at the end of the year, that day that we've all been waiting for. I remember thinking on the first day of 8th grade, this year's gonna go by fast. I was right. Coming to Emerson wasn't my original plan for 8th grade, but I'm glad that it happened. One of the reasons why I love Emerson is because it's smaller than some other schools, but that's a good thing. It's almost like we're a family, and basically everyone knows everyone. I love all the teachers and the people here. I'd be lying if I said I didn't make countless memories at this school. Inside jokes, iconic events, or Gavin being taller than Mr. T. We all know that one. Although I've only been at Emerson Middle School for 1 year, I feel like I've already tried so many new things, and that's thanks to the amazing teachers who I've said before have given me the opportunities to do so. While I've learned many things from every teacher, it'd be impossible to thank all of them, so I'd like to thank a few that have made a special great impact on me. I'd like to thank Mr. Seymour for being the reason I would go for a run any day in my neighborhood, and for being the best Quiz Bowl coach. I also want to thank Mr. Wood. You're an amazing advisor, and I love being in your math class. Tall Usher, because although I was never in your class, I've known you for such a long time, and I also really loved your affinity group. And finally, I'd like to thank our amazing social studies teacher, Victoria. Your class is always one that I look forward to because you teach in the most fun way possible. I think I learned more from you than I ever thought I could in a school year. But that was just middle school, because I still remember walking into that Emerson kindergarten classroom on the first day. I was excited to talk to everyone. My parents thought I was shy, but my teachers didn't. Making friends was simple back then. One hello and that was it. It's not as easy now that I'm older. Friendship is like a garden. You have to maintain it to help it grow. So I want to thank my friends for being a reason for me to smile every day. While most of my friends are excited to graduate, I was nervous at first. High school seems scary. Unfamiliar teachers, unfamiliar people. Who knows what's going to happen? But maybe that's the exciting part of it. Change is and will always happen. It's inevitable. But if I were to give you one piece of advice, it would be not to be scared of it, because I believe that everything happens for a reason, even if it feels like it doesn't. Thank you to all the teachers and people who have helped me prepare for this new chapter in my life and the changes yet to come. And now I'd like to introduce my amazing friend, Charlie Stetson. Okay, so happy I didn't trip on those stairs. LOL. Okay. I'm Charlie. In 2022, I came to Emerson with no expectations. I didn't know that in a few months it would feel more like my home than my old school did. I finally made friendships that I had to put effort into, but that made them stronger. The relationships I've built here will outlast my time as a student. Sometimes I wish that middle school friendships were like kindergarten, reciting your full name and your favorite color and immediately gaining a new best friend. But I think the reason I feel so much happier now is because I've taken the time to learn things about my friends. What they like, what they don't like, which social media app they spend the most time scrolling on. As my mom would say, quoting some of her best friends, I've taken the time to water my flowers. I'm hoping that someday I'll feel a similar way about high school. Nervous at first, and then as at home there as I am in my own backyard. Some of the most difficult stretches of time I've ever experienced have taken place while I was here. I won't say it was easy, but I will say that every moment, the good and the bad, made me a better person. I don't think the 5th grade me who chose to come to Emerson ever could have predicted how I'd turn out. I don't have enough time to list all the people here, both faculty and students, who have made my time here an unforgettable experience. My friends who finally made me feel like I belonged somewhere, that I was appreciated. My teachers who helped me believe in myself and gave me a reason to. I wish I could thank all of you by name, but I think you know who you are, and I want you to know how grateful I am for you. Ultimately, I hope my peers can take a few messages with them. There's enough negativity in this world to last several lifetimes. Don't be another source of it, especially not towards yourself. You deserve all the kindness you can give. Every word you say has an impact. Don't be afraid to use your voice, but also be mindful of the effects you can have. And finally, just enjoy life.
Go through it with confidence and savor every moment. Thank you. It is now my absolute honor to introduce the amazing and wonderful Avery Wu.
Here we are, the end of the year. Can you believe it? We made it. Congratulations. A quick disclaimer before I start. Some of you heard this speech yesterday. If there's one thing I learned at Emerson, it's how to be flexible, so you might notice some minor edits. Anyways, I've been at Emerson since kindergarten, which means this is the end of my 9th year here. True, the internet still gets mad at me some days. Sure, the bell system only works maybe 30% of the time. Yes, our field hockey team once had to play 4v4. But sincerely, this school has become my second home, and I couldn't ask for a better educational experience. Even with all its quirks, I will not find a school more special than this one. Emerson has laid down a strong foundation for me. Here, I've not only learned about the typical academic topics, I have, perhaps even more importantly, learned to be a citizen of the world. Here at Emerson, I learned to advocate for myself and make informed decisions. I have learned that my words can make a difference. Most importantly, I learned the importance of being kind. With the end of 8th grade comes the end of an era, a bittersweet day to end a wonderful journey. Not every day was easy, but all the people here were there for me when I needed them the most. They wanted to help me succeed, but they also knew when it was right to push me out of my comfort zone too. Without everyone here, I would not be the person I am today. I'd like to thank everyone who has helped me become me, my family, my friends, and especially all the incredible teachers. That one sentence cannot begin to express how grateful I am for all that you have taught me. Every one of you means so much to me, and I hope that you know that. I'd like to give a special thank you to my robotics coach, Mrs. B. I had the privilege not only to be in your 4th grade class, but also as a part of Emerson Robotics. Your program is something special, and your belief in me means the world. Thank you for giving me the space, but also the guidance to pursue my passions. I am forever grateful. Emerson will always be a part of me. I might be moving on to high school in the fall, but my heart will always be here. 9 years is a significant portion of a lifetime, and this has been an unforgettable 9 years. Today, when I stand on the big rock in the front yard for one last day of school picture, I will smile as a proud Emerson graduate. Here, I have learned, laughed, and cried. I discovered my passion for robotics and field hockey. I've learned how to be comfortable with being myself. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to grow and to thrive. Thank you for always being there for me. Thank you for letting me set off on the next chapter of my life. I'd like to introduce my friend, Felix, who is sharing a recorded speech since he can't be here today.
Hello everyone. I'm sorry I cannot be here on this moment of dissertation, but I would like to take the time to congratulate my fellow graduates and thank my mentors from my school career. To my teachers, I thank you for everything you have done for my fellow graduates and I. We have learned so much and grown as individuals in every way. I want to give special thanks to Victoria for always pushing me to do my best, Carol for helping me write more clearly, Sylvia for Harvard for being the best Spanish teacher I've ever had, Mr. Wood and Eddie for making my brain die in a good way, Beth for teaching me how to speak properly, Mr. Wilson for being a great friend, and to Mr. Tolbert and Mr. Matt for sparking and growing my interest in music. Finally, I would like to congratulate my fellow graduates for not only making it through 8th grade, but also being people who have spent the longest time here with many memories being made. Thank you all.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
This is where the chapter ends. A new one now begins. Time has come for letting go. The hardest part is when you know all of these years when we were here are ending. But I'll always remember we have had the time of our lives. And now the pages turn, the stories we will write. We have had the time of our lives, and I will not forget the faces left behind. It's hard to walk away from the best of days, but if it has to end, I'm glad you have been my friend in the time of our lives.
If you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea, I'll sail the world to find you. If you ever find yourself lost in the dark and you can't see, I'll be the light to guide you. Find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Ooh, ooh.
I am unwritten, can't read my mind. I'm undefined. I'm just beginning, the pen's in my hand, ending unplanned. Staring at the blank page before you, open up the dirty window, let the sun illuminate the words that you could not find. Reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibitions, feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken, live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins, the rest is still unwritten. Yeah. Oh, oh. I break tradition. Sometimes my tries are outside the line. We've been conditioned to not make mistakes, but I can't live that way. No. Staring at the blank page before you, open up the dirty window, let the sun illuminate the words that you could not find. Reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibitions, feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken, live your life with arms wide open.
Karthik Alawadi. Madison Alkane. Natalia Alkane. Alexander Bradshaw. Gavin Doty. Parker Edelman. Abby Graff. Cameron Hart. Oscar Hauptmann. Cal Housen. Finn Kelly. Lenny Kim. Arlo Kirkpatrick. Alan Klingston. Matre Kumar. Ali Levitsky. Jacob Morgan. Kyron Nitsos. Max Oliphant. Nicola Pletner. Liliana Ranzini. Aiden Schalk. Noah Sears. Feifei Sheng. Charlie Stetson. Kylan Swiden. Alex Sitch. Greta Wisely. Avery Wu. Jasper Shu.
Thank you for leaving these up here, Lillian. I appreciate it. You never know how you're going to be impacted by watching students walk across the stage. And for me, this is one of the classes that I actually did teach when they were in kindergarten and first grade. So for some of us, we go back for 9 years. And on my phone, I have pictures of them. We call them baby pictures when they were in kindergarten and first grade. And have watched them grown up to be able to become these incredible individuals. What I love about being in a place where we have young 5 through 8th grade is watching that growth and watching how they change and they take on new adventures. And then also the friendships they develop. It doesn't matter if you've been here for 9 years or if you are somebody that came this year, you've left a lasting impression for us. And the incredible thing is that you take that with you. It's not just something that we say here. I know for a fact that students leave from here and sometimes they'll see each other in high school. Or maybe it's when you're in college and you're like, no way, you're going here too? Or even maybe when you're moving to Washington, D.C. and you're at a pickleball court and you see some of the Emerson alum that are a couple of years ahead of you. You will always have that connection. You will always have that place where you grew up. And we're just here to be able to help watch you grow onto your journey and soar, but always know that this is a place where you can be able to come back and that this is a place for landing, for safety, and somebody that's going to cheer you on all the time. We are so grateful that we had the opportunity to be able to watch you grow, and we look forward to be able to see what you're going to be doing in the future. And I hope you know that the doors are always open. Unless they're locked, then you know you have to go around the back and climb through the windows and everything. But they're always here, and there will always be a warm hug, a place for you to be able to come back to laugh. The connections that you have here go on because it's a connection that, again, goes through all of us. The first time that I actually met Sarah was last year, and I was just blown away by knowing that there was this connection that we had with Emerson. And it doesn't matter if you've known a person or not, over the course of generations, it's something that you have inside of your heart. It's something that you carry with you. So I hope that you know that we always look forward to having you come back and that you take a part of us because you will always be a part of us here. Thank you so much and best of luck, graduates.
Graduates, I'll encourage you to stand, face your families, your faculty. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you the graduating class of 2025.